Welcome everybody to the Exes podcast, and we ran a few minutes behind. I'm bringing Therese. Hi, Therese.
Hello.
We're actually live now because we were running a minute late, and I had to get us started. But
Okay.
that's what happens. Technical difficulties, right?
Technical difficulties. Yes.
That's you made it work. You made it work.
I'm on my phone, so it might not be the best.
Oh no, it works fine. This is good. What happened is so the laptop didn't work, the iPad didn't work, and now you ended up with your phone.
Yes.
Wow.
Ended up with my phone.
Oh man. Well, you know what? I'm going to replay our opener and let's start this thing right, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, now we're starting our new show, the Exes podcast with Scott and Therese. And you know,
Crazy.
it's just one of those pain in the butt things. It's that whole trying to log in and having the Google Chrome and all that stuff, right? Is that what it
Right.
is? There's a browser.
Something like that. Yeah.
I remember the old days when it was just like, what was the browser? It was like AOL. Was that was all there was.
Yeah, I know.
Karen says hi. Patty Parkhurst is with us saying yay.
Hey.
And oh, Mom is with us saying hi, guys. All right.
Hi.
So anyway, we decided to do this show because we are exes. Um, and we have decided to maintain our friendship and not throw everything away because parts of our relationship are broken. And I think we get weird looks when we talk about that. I mean, I know I have. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I talk about my best friend is my ex, people are like, "Well, that's weird."
Yeah, I
Do you
get
get
a lot. Yeah, I get a lot of that. Well, why? I'm like, well, I don't know, because we've known each other forever. Why wouldn't I be friends with him?
yeah. I mean, I think the question should be if you spent that much time with each other. Now we've known each other. I don't want to say how long because it's going to make us both really old.
And it's a long time.
But it's got a 4 and a 0. We've known each other and we dated when we were young and we were together as a couple for 10 years or more, a little right around 10 years.
A little
Uh,
less than
what?
a smidge less than 10.
A smidge less. I'm a guy. I always exaggerate numbers. Um, a smidge less than 10. But we just wanted to when we decided to separate as a couple, one of the things we both said to each other was not everything is wrong because she's still my best friend, still the person I like to spend my time with and stuff. Just we had parts of the relationship were broken, and it was, I have my broken pieces that I had to work on, and you whatever your side is, um, but it doesn't ruin everything, and I hate to see that with people. I think
Yeah,
people assume you have to hate the person if you're not together anymore,
I think so too.
which doesn't make any sense.
No.
Let's say, Michelle. Michelle's with us.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Trey. Hi, Scott. Hi, Michelle. Patty's saying hi. Michelle Esquenazi, from a friend of mine from New York City, who's the queen of the bail bonds in New York City, saying not truly. And Mary Kay, we are all weird, she says.
Better to
We
be weird.
are. What's that?
Better to be weird than normal, I say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we still love the same things. We still watch Survivor together.
Yeah.
Just Europe and, you know, uh, the God's country, the North.
Yeah.
Oh, look who's here. Look who's here.
Oh, hey, Cordy.
Cordy with her new name,
I see.
Cordy Selvin Canada. I do believe it's Canada. Oh,
Well,
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right.
maybe you should Google that and make sure it's correct.
I should. I should. Cordy, let me know if it's Canada is the correct pronunciation because I never asked her. I know her. Yes. Okay, good. She said yes, it is. Good.
Okay.
That is my daughter who recently got married, and I'm going to go up and see her in 2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty soon.
And I'll get to see my granddaughter Hazel.
Yes.
I
She's
may I may not see Jakey on this trip though.
Oh, why not?
Well, because we're going to be at a party and I'm only there for the one day, and bringing Jake, my grandson, is only what, 2.5 weeks old, 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
So, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm flying in on a Friday night. I get in around midnight, and then I'm flying out Sunday morning at 5:30 in the morning.
Oof, that's early. Oof.
I'm just not going to sleep. I'm going to spend all the time visiting people and everything. But
Yeah, sleep on the plane.
yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Now you're up there doing your thing, and you got all the kids near you, at least kind of.
Yes.
I mean, you're stretched out from New York City to Rochester to, um,
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because Tara, yeah,
Oh, that's
the sun.
right. Daughter's home from college.
Yeah. Yeah. She's home for the summer.
So the single life is no longer single anymore. You're back
Eh,
to having
I have a roommate now.
you have a roommate. Uh, this one comes up. I believe this is Lynn.
I think
Lynn,
it
if
is.
Lynn, if that's you, let us know. For some reason, her name's been popping up as Facebook user, but it's our friend Lynn Serrano.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
Why does it keep popping up as Facebook user? I don't understand that. I
she
noticed.
had the she had a problem somewhere else too, and she couldn't figure it out.
Huh.
Couldn't. Yeah, it's her. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us, Lynn. So this is something we're trying. We're going to be every other Wednesday.
Yes.
So each week I'm like, next week I do a show with Nicole on Wednesdays, and then the week after is with Therese, and then so on and so on. But this is a chance for us to talk about relationships, and more importantly, after relationships, and how to maintain things, and don't throw everything away. It just seems so wasteful. I've seen too many people just fall into that trap of, if it didn't work one way, they don't want to accept it any other way. And it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. I
But
mean, I know sometimes it happens for a good reason. Maybe you don't. Maybe there are good reasons to not be in touch with that person. And that's what I get a lot is, well, you don't have kids together. Why do you even need to talk anymore? And I'm like, well, because we kind of like to talk.
I know,
Why
I
is
know
this
it's they make
crazy?
it like you have to have a specific reason to talk.
Yeah.
And you and I conversate, or even text or talk, because we see something funny or silly we want to share with the other person. It's
Yeah.
called a friendship, people. What is wrong with that? I mean, this world is way, way too messed up to give up on having a friend where you can have a friend,
Yeah.
you know? Okay, let's see. Lynn says, I'm so happy to see you guys doing this. You guys are being the change. I have managed to do that with my exes. That's excellent.
Good.
Excellent. But we want your opinion. What do you guys think about this? And can exes be friends? And also, just, what's going on with you? Let us know what's going on out there. We do have to mention for a minute, Therese, what happened the other day,
What happened the other day?
the shooting.
Uh,
Just that we send our prayers and in it's it's hard to even believe that this still goes on, but
yeah, it's very disturbing. I don't understand. And something's got to change. I mean, how many more of these are we going to go through, and how can they just walk into a store and buy these kind of weapons with no red flags, no nothing? He
yeah,
had 300 some odd rounds of ammunition delivered to his house. How is that not a red flag for someone's FBI somewhere?
I know. Well, I think he probably got it through Uber Eats, and no, I'm not making fun of the situation, but I think it's time we do something. We're the only country in the world where we've had more than 290 multiple shootings go on this year, where there's been a mass shooting of some kind.
Yeah.
Um, and there's no other country that even comes close to that. None.
Yeah.
And we are the only ones in the world who have situations like this come up, and everybody stands around and saying, well, I don't know what we should do. I don't know what we should do. I don't know what we should do. It's a simple solution. Get rid of the freaking guns.
It's all about the money. And
It's
a
it's
lot of power.
it's I know you and I are not gun people, so we're not, and I don't You want to have a hunting rifle, you want to go do those things, you want to get a gun that's designed for sporting and shooting and stuff like that.
Or
Fine. But we don't need automatic weapons and you don't need assault rifles.
right. There is no reason for anyone to own an assault rifle. I mean, if
Yeah.
you a small gun for protection at home, you're a hunter, you go hunting, fine. But why is that assault rifle available to the public to buy?
Yeah. You know, it was harder for me when I years ago when I adopted a dog, I had to do more paperwork to adopt the dog than I would have to than to buy an assault rifle.
Yeah, probably.
It's just crazy. Mary Kay says, "Oh, I think it's awesome that you two can be friends. If more people were like you, we would all be much happier." Thank you, Mary. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And Michelle, are either of you in a relationship? And if so, what do your significant others think of your friendship? Okay, well, that's a good question.
Michelle.
Well,
Knows I'm
have you even dated anybody?
I went out once and then I was asked out once and I kind of freaked out and said no. I don't know.
I I did try dating a little bit. I was dating one person for a little while, and the truth is one of the big things that ended it was first of all, I just wasn't ready. It was just I was I liked hanging out and having fun, but I should not have been in a relationship. I'm not ready for that. I didn't want to do that. But no, Michelle saying she put us on the spot. Yeah, you did. But the truth is, I did mention something to this girl that I was seeing for a short period of time about Wednesday night. Oh, I'm going to watch Survivor with Therese, and well, Therese, my ex, but we're best friends, and we still. And she freaked out. She didn't like that. She goes, "Oh, well, that's not appropriate."
Oh,
Well, and that kind of really killed it completely. That was it. It was over after that because it was like, why is that wrong?
yeah.
Why is that
Yeah.
wrong? It's not like you were coming over and we weren't cuddling on a sofa together, but I mean,
Well,
geez.
no, in New York, I'm not much of a threat to say, hey, who do you think is going to win this?
And I know it's probably a little uncomfortable. And, I know. Well, here's the deal. I mean, while we were together, you were close. You had two ex-husbands.
Hmm.
I mean, and I had two ex-wives.
Hmm.
And now I wasn't in contact with either of my ex. I was in contact on occasion with my kid's mom, who unfortunately passed away from her addiction. But the but
Yeah,
when
but
you were in contact with your exes, sometimes I felt a little jealousy, but I also thought how good it was, especially you and Dave, that you got along well enough to really do the best you could for your daughters. And that it wasn't all you guys didn't like you weren't spitting venom at each other or doing anything like that. And I was proud of that. I thought that was awesome, but there was a little bit of jealousy.
just a little bit.
Yeah, a bit. I will tell you one time, the worst thing though is I used to drive your daughter to her father, and we used to meet at a restaurant so that they can, because she would go for the weekends with him and do different things.
Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
went, what's that?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts, yeah, in Fayetteville. No,
Fairmount.
Fairmount. And I'm sitting at the Dunkin' Donuts, and her ex Joe pulls up, and we exchange the daughter and hi, how are you? We're being pleasant. And as we pull out, we are right in the front of the neighborhood of your first husband. So as we pull out, Joe's in front of me in his car at the stoplight. I pull in behind him, and who drives up behind me was your other ex, Dave. I'm in an ex sandwich right now, and this was so uncomfortable. And all I'm thinking is, I think I could take them both, but I was probably not. But
Probably not.
it was actually just funny, and was able to laugh about that a bit.
That was an interesting evening.
It really was. Michelle saying kudos to both of you. Hillary's with us.
Hiya.
Uh, you did the same for me too. Yeah, I used to take her to her father's, and we had a lot of contact with her father while I was married to her mother. I had to deal with her ex a lot, and it's like it's so much better when everybody gets along. I don't understand. Would you introduce each other to your significant others one day? That would help with jealousy. So if you started dating somebody and I was dating somebody, would we introduce them to our Hmm.
I don't know.
I think it would be more of a problem for them than it would be for us, but we'd have to gauge that off of them, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Because when you were dating that other person,
I
I
like I would choke on the word a little bit.
I really wouldn't have been excited to meet her over FaceTime or anything, really, honestly.
Yeah.
I wasn't at a place where I would have been good with that. Now, possibly, but I don't see the point.
No, no. I mean, if it was a function where we all ended up someplace where,
Yeah.
because we still share a lot of care for each other's families and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there may be times when we're going to do that, but I don't see a purposeful reason to do that specifically, Mary. But yeah,
But if we had the same function or something, a wedding or God forbid a funeral or something like that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would introduce you, obviously.
yeah. Oh, certainly. Certainly. I mean, there are those uncomfortable moments where you have to introduce. I remember we went on vacation the first time. I had to introduce you to my ex-in-laws,
Yes.
and we were in a parking lot exchanging kids.
Yeah.
That's what we spend half our life when you're divorced, exchanging children. That's what you do half of your life. But you had to meet my ex-in-laws,
Yes.
and that was not a very comfortable situation.
It was not great.
No. But there's always a way to get around things, and just I think my friendship with you is more important to a lot of other things that I have going on in my life, and I would not want to sacrifice that. And if somebody doesn't understand that, I don't want to see if we have to give up that much of ourselves and change and become those kind of bitter people who shut everything down. That's not good for us. So I'm hoping that if we do meet people, or if something like that does happen down the road, that we can continue to do what we do.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be an important thing to me. The someone is just going to have to, they're either going to have to accept it and be okay with it, or then they're not going to be the one.
That's right.
Right.
Now we were talking the other day on our impromptu show, because you came in and filled in, because my other podcast partner Nicole was sick. You filled in, and we were talking about now you can see you're trying to
No,
figure out.
they're the blockers. My eyes are a little tired from work, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We got Diana Bork saying hello. Hello, Diana. We got a bunch of people with us. Um, hey, that's good.
Is that better?
Yeah, and you got your
Oh.
friend's cup right there. It's perfect.
Okay.
We were talking about how you meet people, especially at a certain age. When you're kids, you go out to bars, you go out here, you go out there, you go to parties and stuff. But as adults, meeting people is a really difficult thing. Now, I'm not out shopping for people or doing any of that.
Shopping.
No, no, I am not. Um, but where do you want somebody to approach you? Where do you want somebody to meet you? I know we started this conversation, but I thought we should get back into it.
I would, I think I dabbled in being on a dating site and for like a week, and I didn't really like it.
A
So
week? Boy, you gave it a real try there, didn't you? A whole week.
well, it's weird, but I think like an organic me. If I met somebody when I'm out grocery shopping or even out at a restaurant with, not that I have any friends, but hopefully soon this summer I'll be able to get out a little more.
Yeah.
Something organically like that. I don't think I don't want to force anything. I don't really, I don't, I'm not really in the mood, honestly, to be honest with you.
I totally get what you're saying. It's like I want somebody to go, and I went out and I saw Pat Benatar the other day, which was really neat. And I got to hang out with a couple of friends. We had lunch with Gary and Tammy and Ronnie Davis and his wife, and Terry, who is one of our supporters for our podcast. And then it ended up going to the sound check. We went to the sound check together, and I loved hanging out with people, but I was like, when I went home, I was so glad I'm just going home to my space. I'm not I'm not involved where I have to worry about somebody, or I'm still working on me. So it's kind of nice not to have to worry about, because you get into dating and you got to start, you got to make sure your hair's right. You got to make sure this is right and everything.
Too much work.
It's too much work.
It's too
Let me
much work.
see. Mary's saying I would not want to date a guy who ditched his healthy friendship with his ex. Well, thank you. Good.
Oh, good.
Good. That's good. Lynn is saying dating sites are no fun. No, they're not.
No.
No, because I did that because we had a period where we separated for a while, and I
Mhm.
did the dating site thing a little bit, and it was
Mhm.
like it was no bueno. No, no. I met one person who was a Wiccan. She was a witch. It was
Oh,
scary. It was scary.
lovely.
Mary Kay, I'm shopping. Amazon doesn't deliver what I want. No, Amazon does not deliver people yet.
Yet. Yet. Give them time.
That would be good, an Amazon dating site.
No.
Who else? Well, think about this, Therese. If they can match people up by the things they purchase, it really, the stuff you buy tells more about you than anything else.
That's true.
We even still share our Amazon account
Yeah.
because why should we pay for the Amazon Prime twice? We still share it. So I
Yeah.
get to see the stuff she buys and I'm looking at it. Like every once in a while, it's like I get a little alert. Your Amazon package has shipped. And I'm like, did I buy something? And of course, you and I use Amazon so much, I have to actually look to see, did I actually buy something and I didn't remember doing it. Then I get in there and there's like baby clothes. I'm okay, that was Teresa's.
Yeah, I'll be ordering Quinny's birthday present soon.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Quinny, when's her birthday?
June 21st.
And she's gonna be how old?
3.
Oh, we're getting out of the terrible twos.
I know. Hold up 3. Like, how would you do 3? Yeah. See, I read somewhere that that's how guys do 3. Women, if you tell them that how,
All right,
ask Queen
hold
or
up.
show her 3.
I've also got arthritis in my fingers, so they don't bend the way they used to. And I play enough guitar that they keep moving, but my hands, if overnight they'll stiffen up and it takes me like an hour every day to get my fingers moving again. It's
Yeah.
just arthritis. It's just what we get. We're old. But yeah, I got to do 3 like that now.
But I read somewhere that that's the way most men will do it. They'll do it like that, where women do the 3. Like, I've been trying to teach Quinn how to do this.
That's because we're combining things. We're saying, hey, 3 is okay.
I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to see how you did it.
Sorry.
Are you frozen?
No, there we go. See, that's a great idea, Scott. My purchases do say a lot about me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, Amazon. Somebody else ordered same you did. You'd like to meet them.
You are breaking up a little on me.
Am I breaking up? I
A
might
little
be having a
bit,
problem
yeah.
with my signal. There we go. Are you good?
I think so.
Okay. Guys, our first show, we're going to have technical difficulties. It's just the way it goes. Please let us know what you think about exes and it. What is going on with our world here?
Is that better? You're frozen.
I think.
You think?
Let me make sure my internet's still fully functioning.
I can hear.
Looks cool. You what?
I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully everything's okay.
So I have another question.
Yes, go ahead.
Or a question. The bags in the stores. Why do we not have those back yet? I don't understand.
The what in the stores?
Like the bags, like getting a bag. I went to Michael's the other day and she just piles all of my stuff up in a pile and sends me on my way.
There's no bags?
There's no bags. And then like at Wegmans, you got to pay for like a brown paper bag if you don't have yours.
Wow.
Like, are we never going to have plastic bags again?
I don't know. I mean, we still have them down in Florida.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're so thin now, I'm not even sure they're worth it anyway. And then they try to stuff the bags are so thin, you can actually use it as a mask and breathe through them because they're just so thin. It used to be like you put a plastic bag on your head, it'll suffocate you. Not anymore, not with these bags.
Oh,
Because if you
jeez.
just touch it, they fall apart. And but no, they've still got the bags down here, but they just try to shove too many things in them. That's the problem. Um, my mom is saying it's a ban on plastic. I don't know
Well,
why.
bad idea to start with, but now we're so used to it that I mean, I kind of miss those plastic bags because paper bags are they don't have handles, they're hard, they're more difficult.
Yeah, yeah. And paper bags, I mean, I used to love them. And by the way, I apologize to everybody. It was my signal for some reason. I got a little bit of a glitch in my signal. I'm back to full strength. I don't know what happened. Could have been a low flying traffic copter. I have no freaking idea.
The wi-
Um, Therese, we are like that. We are like that in Canada also.
no
Uh, you have to
bag.
bring your own bags.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like ridiculous.
Well, how many times have you bought the bag for life? You know those bags you buy that you had to bring them in yourself with the
Yeah,
canvas bags?
I
What's that?
I have about 4 or 5.
Yeah, but do you ever remember to bring them?
Well, I didn't a lot, but now I keep one right in my purse and I keep another one right in my car.
Oh, okay.
So
Because I bought those and I'm thinking like I'm gonna be really good for the environment. And I think there's a stack of them in the pantry in the kitchen. I never think about bringing them because I never know when I'm gonna stop at the store. And if I go like on a big shopping, like my Saturdays, I go big grocery shopping. I mean, not so big anymore, just me, but um, then usually it's like I'm not thinking about bags, I'm thinking about groceries. So,
yeah,
but yeah, I can't believe that. So they're not even giving you, if Michael's are not giving you anything.
nothing. No. And then
Wow.
most people ask you, "Do you want a bag?" Well, kind of would want a bag. Please, here, if you don't mind.
Rose is saying hi to you, Therese.
Hi, Rose. That's my friend from work.
Oh, hi, Rose. Hi, Rose. Yes, I'm the weirdo. We're still friends. That's I'm. Is she one of the ones that doesn't get it?
No, I think she gets it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good.
I think I'll have to ask her tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have to see after this show what everybody thinks. Yeah, but I mean, there's just so many things going on right now. This listen, I mean, I know we're talking about X stuff, but we it's just a crazy time right now. We've got the horrors of the shooting going on. We've got shortages of baby food.
Yeah.
I mean, is that something that's been a problem for your daughter Jess?
No, because Kenzie is over a year now, so she's off the formula.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
but it could be a problem for Jake, my grandson.
Yeah,
Um,
better now. Well, it was a problem at the Enfamil factory. They had some unsanitary conditions and stuff, so they had to shut them down for a while. But I think it's getting back. I think it's coming back now.
oh, okay. Well, that's good. Rose is saying it's awesome that we're friends. She says,
Ah,
I get it, whatever works for the couple.
thanks, Rose.
Thanks, Rose. We appreciate the support. Wish more people could just do this, just be friendly and be friends. Now, I think even members of our family are probably a little weirded out by it, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
well,
I'm a little afraid that my brother might pop on.
which one? Tommy?
Yeah,
Hey, listen, Tommy knows that we really that we care and we love each other, but and he also knows sometimes things don't work. And you know, but Tommy's a great guy. I miss seeing him and talking to him. And maybe I should just give him a shout and try to, I'll buy him a guitar.
buy him a guitar.
I'll send him one of my paintings. Who's his favorite artist?
Oh,
What's his name? Who does he love? Who?
Jimi Hendrix.
I'll send him a Hendrix painting.
He was a big fan of Jimmy. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not above bribing people. I'm fine with that.
not above.
I'll do what I gotta do. I'll do what I gotta do. But we're hoping that you guys will send us some questions or join us in the conversation. Now, there's also, I mean, I've had relationships that ended in the worst possible ways too.
Yeah.
And I think I'm back now that I see what we're doing, and I'm like, I wonder if it really had to be as bad as it was. I mean, did I have to be as angry as I was? And maybe I just wasn't mature enough to do it the right way, but it just seems that
Well,
I was more angry than I needed to be.
well, that could be. I mean, I do think maturity helps, but it sometimes doesn't always work out. I mean, it's hard. I think it's hard in general for men and women to just be friends. I had a couple male friends, which, shortly after I got back here to New York, I realized they weren't really friends. So, it is what it
Oh,
is.
they were after something?
Well,
Ulterior motives?
not well, maybe before, but since I got back, it's just, there's one thing I don't like is when people lie to me. So
Oh.
that just kind of cuts it right there.
Well, I have I've got a lot of female acquaintances, but actually having friends, I mean, I work and I know a lot of guys and a lot of girls because of my work, and I see a lot of people. And, and I'm like, love you guys. You guys are great and everything, but it's not real a friendship. So I'm not, I don't know that I've ever had a female friend that way. Now, there's Karen, but she's my business partner and kind of a family member, and there's a
Right.
lot of other things going on. Um, but to have just a female friend, you might be my first real true female friend.
Oh, yay.
You mi- you're my first. I'm like a friend virgin.
Ooh,
Cuz I don't think guys and girls actually know how to do that with each other, cuz there's manipulation that goes on, there's ulterior motives and all that stuff. It happens.
yeah, it happens. One thing too, I will say is like I think it's hard. Like, okay, you and I are friends. We've known each other forever. So if somebody else comes into my life, they're gonna have to understand that, right? And
Yeah.
I had when we got together, and I said, "This is just the way it is." I have a couple male friends, and that's, you know, I'm not gonna automatically give them up just because I get in a relationship. But I think when you're in a relationship, if the person you're in the relationship with is making new friends of the opposite sex, I think that's a little hard to handle.
Yeah.
That's a little harder to understand and a little harder to handle.
Well, that's a difficulty in any relationship, Therese. I mean, if you're one of those people that just is a friendly person and likes to just kind of like make friends and be close to people, but it's not in a bad way, but it could still come across in a very it could be very stressful in a relationship
Yeah.
because, but at the same time, you don't want to have just you and you together all the time without having outside influence because you would kill each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of,
Okay. I think he bumped himself off. I guess we'll wait and see if he comes back.
I'm right here. I hit a button when I went to hit a different button.
Oh.
Hey, first show. This is the shit that happens. I was gonna say, speaking of friends who are females, Tammy is joining in. Tammy and saying she's my sick buddy. When I had COVID, she had COVID at the same time. You
Oh,
remember I called you and I would call you a lot when I had COVID. I was pretty pathetic. But Tammy had it at the same time, and we were separate. We had already broken up, and you were up north. And Gary was on a like cross country tour, so she was alone and I was alone. So we get on the phone every day and we just complain and whine to each other. We were sick buddies.
well, that's good.
So Tammy, thank you so much. And I love you. Um, Hillary, he left us. I did not leave you. I just took a break for a minute. I came right back.
Fat thing.
I did not leave. But all that, I mean, these are all relationship issues. I mean, there were issues that I never dealt with. Hey, full disclosure, as long as we're putting everything out there. I had a lot of issues from my marriage to Hera, my wife before I met Therese. And I never dealt with those issues. So I carried a lot of that baggage into our relationship. And it was like a little bit of baggage of some of my bad habits, but a whole lot of baggage of me being so afraid of making the same mistakes, I didn't do much of anything. So there was a whole lot of stuff I was bringing in that really kind of put a damper on us. But this is normal stuff people have to do in relationships. And I got to wait until I'm what, 54 years old to figure all this out?
54,
50. How old am I?
55.
I'm 50. I also have the beginnings of Alzheimer's, people. Am I really 55? That means I'm going to be 56.
Yes.
Oh, now I'm fucking depressed.
Well, no, I think that I mean, obviously I have my issues too, which hopefully I'm dealing with a little better now.
Yeah. I think both of us have found some things. I mean, because we both seem a little bit different. Um, but listen, it's never all one person's fault ever.
No.
Let me tell you that. Because even if I could say on Tuesday, I'll own everything, it was my fault. Sure as hell on Wednesday, there was a part of it that was hers or somebody else's. So it's never all one person. If you walk away blaming the other person completely, you've learned nothing and you will repeat the same mistakes you made. You've got to own your shit. And that's what I've spent the last period of time doing. And being friends with Therese has made it different for me because I'm actually being able to share some of the things I'm learning. And I feel like I kind of owe it to her to share that with you. You know what I mean? I kind of owe it to you to share that it's almost like making an amends, saying I understand. Um,
No.
I get it. I wouldn't have liked me either, but okay. Mom is saying it's always 50-50. And Rose says, which I have done. She has done that. What? Taking I assume, Rose, you're talking about you've taken the time to grow after a relationship and learn from it. So I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Let's see. Mary Kay is turning 55 in a few months. It can't be that bad. It's really not because I didn't even realize I was 55. So I guess it wasn't that bad.
No, it's
I
not.
be- I just decided to stay 54 for 2 years. Yeah, this year on my birthday, I'm going to celebrate the second anniversary of me turning 54.
There you go.
Oh, you see now, this is weird. Hillary is my daughter is going to give us relationship advice.
Okay, Heather. Oh, hitting the wrong button again.
Unbelievable. You know what? I got a new mouse and it's got buttons on the side where I put my big fat thumb. See how big that is? That's like a toe for most people right there. And I hit it and it takes me out. All right. So I was just about to say I left again. I'm back. Okay. In a relation, this is my daughter. In a relationship, it's not 50-50, it's 100-100. You don't give someone 50% of yourself. You should always put in 100%. Well, that's kind of deep.
And that is kind of deep.
That is good because you should put all of yourself into the relationship, but
You
you
should.
share 50% of the responsibility for whatever's going on, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jamie's saying she's right. Jamie is saying she's right. Rose is saying that's true.
Huh.
And if you're not healthy, 100% of an unhealthy person is not always fun to spend time with.
True.
You guys, I mean, the bottom line is whether you have an ex, whether you're getting into a relationship or getting out of a relationship, whatever, you really have to kind of make sure that you're okay. Because if
Mhm.
you can't be okay in a relationship if you're not okay out of a relationship. And that's something it took me again 55 guys do five like this. Do girls do five like that?
Yeah, girls do five like
They're like there's no other way.
that.
No, you do five. Gang signs. All right. We all need to just be okay and figure out who we are. And anyway, Mary Kay, you know what? We have burned through our show.
Whoa, that went quick.
It really did.
It really did.
It really did. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to be a little more focused on what we're doing. We just want a chance for everybody to get to know us a little bit. Um, you know, what do you think, Therese? You think this is worth pursuing?
Yes, I think it's worth pursuing.
Pursuing, and hopefully we'll get you back because I got her. She has some really nice headsets and microphones, and she can't use any of it on her
It's
phone.
on my floor.
It's all sitting there. Oh, let's see. Jamie saying great show.
Oh, I think.
Hillary saying it was such a cute show. Oh, we were cute. All
Oh,
right, wonderful. Thank you. And that's my that's my oldest daughter Hillary, who has my beautiful grandkids Hazel and Jake, and I'll be seeing them very shortly. Michelle says we did a good job, so hopefully everybody will join us.
yes.
We will be back on Wednesday the 8th.
Oh, you're
Wednesday,
back from your trip by then.
yes, I will be back from the trip. Maybe I'll share a few pictures of the children's
Absolutely.
and the family. No, Jamie, it's not weekly. It's every other week. Now, if this turns into something really cool, then maybe we'll pick it up weekly. But we may have to switch it to another night. That's all. It may
Yeah.
have to be a Thursday or something. But right now, it's every other Wednesday, and our next show will be on June 8th. We will send out alerts and notices and ads, and we'll keep everybody apprised. And Teresa's going to teach me how to do Instagram.
Yeah.
No, you
I
know
got
what? Why don't you just do it? Because instead of trying to teach me, you just do it.
you got to send me your info then.
I don't even know how. I don't even know. Do I have? I have an Instagram, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I don't know. I
You
just
have it.
figured
You can start a new one if you need to start a new password and stuff, and we'll use that for this stuff.
I could probably get into it. I just have no idea what I'm doing, and I know you showed me like 100 times, and for some reason, my guy brain can only absorb so much social media before I say it's too much.
It's all. I mean, you do well with this podcasting and stuff. It's all very similar.
Well, the
You
podcasting is fine. I do this all week. I do 8 different shows during the week, and this is different. This is like me being back on TV and stuff, but the typing and the and it oh, I can't, don't even get me started on TikTok. Everybody's saying, "Oh, you got to do TikTok." It's like, yeah, dance around in the living room in your underwear and sing, and you can go on TikTok. No, I
there's
live
other,
alone. I don't dance around the living room alone. I'm not going to do it on TikTok.
you got to look at it TikTok a little bit because there's other stuff on there besides dancing.
Oh, good. Good.
Listen, have a good trip though, and give the kids all a hug for me.
I will. As a matter of fact, we will. I'll set it up. We're going to FaceTime you, and so especially you can see Cordy and congratulate her and stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll do that. And you enjoy your time with your daughter being home from college,
Oh,
and,
thanks.
but you and I will talk. You and I will talk. During the week as always. In fact, we'll talk later tonight because our show is a finale tonight. By the way,
I don't know if I can watch tonight. Do you want to save it for a different night?
why? You got
Because
stuff
it's
to do.
because it's like 8 to like 11, right? And I haven't eaten yet, and I don't know what.
Uh, all right. Well, we'll save it for another night.
Or you can watch, and I'll just catch up
All right.
tomorrow.
Well, either way, we'll figure it out. We'll figure
Okay.
it out. But Hillary was hoping that you would be there too, in Connecticut.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, you're on babysitting duty that week, right?
I am. Jessica has a wedding in Oregon, so I am on babysitting duty that weekend.
Your two daughters. You got three daughters. They're all beautiful young women, brilliant, fantastic people. But your two, between Jessica and Emily, every week one of them's at a different wedding, and
I
they're
know.
all over the freaking globe.
Emily honestly has like 11 weddings this year. Like once she was home this past weekend, but once she leaves again, she's gone until after the wedding in Oregon. Like she's just going to stay on the West Coast because she's got so much she's got to do. She's got a shower, she's got weddings. Jessica, well, it's her oldest boy cousin getting married. And
Okay.
then It's almost that side of the family is almost married off. There's two more girls, but I don't know if they're coming anytime soon. So
I thought you were going to follow it with something funny like it's her oldest boy cousin getting married to her youngest girl cousin. No, it's not
no,
that. It's not. No, we're from the north, not from the south. Never mind. Oh yeah, just alienate a whole bunch of people right there. Good job, Scott. Uh,
probably just lost a whole bunch of viewers.
I know, I know. Well, you hear that, sis? That wasn't funny. That's just wrong. Well, tell them as they go to their weddings to let them know about the podcast, just in case things don't work out. We might be able to help them.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So that's it for us. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you for all of your comments. And please let everybody else know about our show. And we'll be back with you again, 7 o'clock Wednesday night on June 8th for the next edition of the Exes. Next
Sounds
addiction to the Exes. There we go. For that, any last words, Therese?
no, just thanks for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.